welcome to a Let's Play of the Banner Saga. This game is one of my favorite games of all time. It's definitely in the top 5 at least. It's completely hand-drawn. Everything is done, well, easily. But, hopefully you all enjoy. I figure I'd do something special for Christmas. So let's get right on it, shall we? The story in the Banner Saga changes based on the choices you make. You will occasionally switch between lead characters, witnessing the story unfold from different perspectives. The gods are dead. In their wake, man and giant survive through a tenuous alliance, driving black destroyers called Dredge deep into the northern wastes. Now is an era of growth and trade. Life goes on. Only one thing has stopped: the sun.
Að sjá dreggjana á ferli neðanbor. It has been several long months on the road. The first signs of snowfall accost us on our approach to Strand, largest of the trade cities on the Val-human borders, and our last collection before returning to the capital. Several days ago, the sun simply came to a stop in the sky. Though during these long winter days, none of us can be certain how long it has been this way. Some of the men in the caravan have taken it as a dire omen. I am not quick to superstition, but I myself will be glad to be done with this year's rounds. We have been warned by stranded travelers about brigands on the path through Ridgehorn, our road home. Our captain seems unconcerned. Perhaps he is as eager as I to be done here. We will rest here this day and inquire further when we speak to the governor.
And now we get into combat. This is going to be great fun. As long as I remember how to play the game. Which, hopefully I do.
Hverfið á braut! Engan eigi ég hlut af máli þessu!
They literally just spout gibberish. You've arrived just in time. The chieftain in red and his men are now looking at a tougher fight than they bargained for. Yeah. Order of initiative, yep. Beep. Guess what? Goodbye. Yeah. Absolutely dead. To take an action, your turn ends. Next up is the enemy. Turns always alternate even if you are outnumbered. That took. Hello, boys! You have made a horrible decision. That had to hurt. Like... Goodbye. That was the last thing they were expecting, is two giants coming in and just wrecking their entire life.
Like a rabid wolf, that one. How did it come to this? We fool ourselves believing that peace will last. My grandfather built all this from a poor fishing village, you know. He watched the gods die, watched the chaos that followed, watched man and var slaughter each other, even before the dreads arose. All we've done is traded one struggle for another. Now that there are no more dreads to war against, we war against ourselves. This chieftain meant to kill me, and he's not the first. A dozen families in the city would gladly take my chair. This one had men waylaying merchants, both north and south of the city, strangling trade, quite well, I would add, though he denied it to his last. This sort of wolf doesn't stop biting because the head is cut off. It just grows a new head. I am in a bad way, my friend. Help me finish this fight, and I'll gladly send you on your way with double our king's tithe. Take any men you need. They're loyal, I promise you that. They will meet you down in the proving grounds.
Yeah, this, this is one of the managing aspects of this game. This game is extremely unforgiving as well. When it comes to like food and resource management, you can get fucked hard if you're not careful. You're approached by a familiar man who walks in step with you as you're leaving the Great Hall. Let's right to the chase. Eirik, Steward of Strand. I manage the governor's business. Guben, isn't it? Yes. The governor tells me you'll be giving us a hand. It seems a bit chaotic around here, Eirik. It's been worse. We've got a lot of irons in the fire. What does he want exactly? Scalfings that you didn't hack up in the Great Hall scattered after you took out their chieftain. The governor wants to make sure they stay down. I was hoping you'd join me at the marketplace by the docks. If there's anyone left to worry about, I know who can tell us. Yeah. Market. Let me handle this. You meander through rows of open-faced houses and eroded stalls. Colored canvases flap on a briny current. One man in particular blanches as you approach. Ad, I'm not in the mood today. For what? Talking to an idiot. The Scalfing's chieftain bled out about an hour ago, Pad. So when you tell me what rat anus the rest of them crawled back into, nobody's gonna try to kill you this time. Fucking... Why do they use that kind of analogy? I don't talk to... They don't talk to me. Eirik, need some help here? I had a change of heart. I hope you do give us a hard time. Had switched visibly, fumbling with some dirty trinkets on his table. Wait, just buy one of these. If everybody thinks I'm getting worked over every week, how am I supposed to know much? Just a little food money, yeah? I'll intimidate him. Why not? I'm a giant fucking beast. You mentioned Gunnulf, your enormous bodyguard, looms over the man like a snake over a mouse. God, Zarek, laying it on a bit heavy, don't you think? Where are the Scalflings? Novemen up by the east wall. That was months ago last I know. Had skulks away with a wave of Eric's hand, gathering things from his hovel, Disappearing for a while until this blows over, you figure. Your bodyguard steps forward. I'm not going to do accents much of the time. I'm horrible at it. Are we done here? Gunolf, were you wearing green back at the Great Hall? No, just bought them while you were walking around. Why? You look like a frog. You know what? No reason. Gunolf goes off to look at more stalls. I heard that man of yours seemed unreliable at best. A blind dog wouldn't trust Had, but he used to be scouting. If they're licking their wounds, they've probably gone to old hunts, not new ones. Nolbun is a mead hall. Best I can tell, the name is ironic. Listen, I know a guy who would love to put a few of these skulls on the ground. I'm going to find him. I'll meet you there. Shouldn't we have an approach of some sort? What's a luxury? Come on, you've walked with the worst today. Just make sure the governor remembers his promise. Double the usual tithe. I'll remind him. Okay, now we can go to the house. Beep. In front of what must be Noble. A few minutes later, Eric appears, with a weather-beaten man introduced as Valgard. I'll point them out, Eric said over his shoulder. Ready? You're walking through the front door? They ran to a meat house, says Valgard. I'll be surprised if they can stand up straight right now. Alright, here we go. Valgard boots the front door open so hard it won't close again without repair. As you enter the hall, Eric is already at the head of a table, his axe drawn. Wide-eyed, drunken scalthings scramble to find their weapons, turning tables and mead steins in the process. We can choose starting positions, although not right now apparently. And Stonewall. Yes. Oh, you're gonna try and go after my giant, huh? That's a real bad move on your part. Right now. Oh my god, Stonewall. That Stonewall is gonna get my people killed. Ooh. That had to hurt. Blast him. Beep. Fucking shield roll is really annoying me now. Let's do next. Oof. Beep. Ow. Alright. Hello, boys. Cancel the timer. It's a bit difficult. But damn! You didn't want to do that, friend. I'll just attack you. Hey, could could you, you know, stop hitting my guys? That'd be nice. You, Aquan, you got it. Beep. And it is kind of complicated, but I like it. It's nice. Ow. Oh, you picked a very bad spot, my friend. Bam! Wipe them all out. Just wipe them out. And dead. Last one. Hi. Bet you're terrified right now, huh? Dead. The foe's lying dead at your... well, can't even remember that. Okay, thanks. It goes by way too fast to even read sometimes. There they are. Gods be damned. I've got to go wash off this blood. Eirik is looking out the hall's windows into the bay. A fleet of longships approach with sails of bold reds and blues. One banner I know well, Vognir. Next for our kingship last we spoke. The other flag looks important. Yeah, important guests. See what I deal with all day long? Ah, things make a little more sense. You hoped I'd have a stake in saying everything's fine here when the royal guests arrived. Not me, the governor. Now I have to make sure there are no rotting bodies or pools of entrails still in the Great Hall before they come by. Can I ask one more favor? What is it? If you happen to stall our guests down on the docks, I wouldn't object. Maybe I will. Eirik and Valgard hustle from the meat house. To his credit, Eirik tosses the barkeep a spar of silver for the mess. You give an apologetic shrug and go to greet the new arrivals down at the docks. Vognir. A familiar Vars steps onto the docks. In your mind you recall a much younger version tramping the halls of Grofheim, abundant in purpose. Gods, Owen, you're looking ancient. Comes with being old, and if there is, Vognir must be Hakon. Must there? Still bleeding tributes from the poor and stupid, old yaks. At what age do you lose a sense of shame? Jornder demands it. I'll take that over lingering to death in Grofheim. Speaking of, I had no sense that you were so far from home. Just returned from Aberring, in fact. And glad for it. Hakon motions to the other ships in the bay, sails still fluttering. Golden Wolf head emblazoned on red. The King of Men, or someone on his behalf. The King's whelp. The King's son, Ludin. Don't you know, Scrivener? We visit his capital, he visits ours. It's how you make alliances these days, and God, I'm losing the ability to read. What the fuck? It's a miserable waste of time. Yes, Hakon has it. I'd almost forgotten. It's a good thing you're around, Hakon. Then you're going to Grofheim? I have the distinct feeling I've finished my business in Strand. I was heading there myself. We should caravan. We should. Give it a day. In better circumstances I'd drink a week away, but... let's just be done. Find me tomorrow at the gates. What he's trying to say is the prince is a delight to behold. Where is Mognir? Hakon, have him find him a place to put up the warriors. I'm heading up to meet the governor. A host of giants depart in his wake. You recognize a few. Others are strangers to you. Guess I'm off to find Morgir. See you in the morning, Scrivener. I'll be along. The young Prince of Men ambles from his ship. He brushes off his tunic, scanning the beach with low eyelids. Ludin looks for all the world the sort of boy who grew up pulling the legs from spiders. The long road back to Grofheim should be more interesting than most years, you think. Weariness suddenly settles in, and you chuckle to yourself about what an odd day it has been. One of the governor's men at the Great Hall could find you a place to sleep. On the other hand, if you're going to join Vognir's caravan tomorrow, it might not hurt to share a drink with Hakon. Introduce yourself to the prince they spoke so highly of. Oh boy. Hakon, Prince. Hakon, Prince. I don't really remember what it would entail. Let's go meet the prince. And I'm gonna stop with the accents because it's starting to hurt my throat. Is this the right place? You find the prince at an inn. Guards blanket the building, including a sharp-eyed varl who must be working for Ludin. A woman in red eventually waves you over and stands nearby, arms crossed. Greetings, Prince Ludin. Yes, you're Vognir? I don't remember you. Not exactly. I've known Vognir a long time. I'll be joining you back to Grofheim with my guards. Ludin looks up for the first time. The woman doesn't react. Why? I work for the king, carrying ties to the capital. We crossed by chance. Oh, a tax collector. Fine company. What do you want? Well, he is a historian, so let's do this. A Varl historian. Aha, don't you already know? Your king and mine both have been practically trumpeting it throughout the cities. I've been on the road a while, I'm afraid. Ludin takes a deep sigh. Whether tired or ungracious, you aren't certain. Maybe both. A formality, mostly. Vognir came to our capital in Aberring, and now we go to the Varl's capital in Grofheim, to cement this grand alliance for the next age of men and Varl. You sound unconvinced. There's no need for it, it's damn cold up here. You get the sense he's struggling not to complain outright. You take the opportunity to excuse yourself. I don't like the prince. I've never liked the prince. He's kind of a whiny little douchebag. Scrivener! You find Hakon in a meat house surrounded by other Varl. Strand is no stranger to Varl, but rarely sees this many. Hakon waves you over. Went straight for a flagon? Vognir's the one who agreed to pass up a drink. I wasn't invited to the governor's hall anyway. You already missed the massacre. Every year I make the rounds collecting taxes. Every year it's the human settlements that give me trouble. No surprise. What this time? When I got here, the Great Hall was already full of bodies. We added a few more. Ha! Humans. I guess if I only lived as long as a Yox fart, I might be desperate to make something of myself too. Again with the odd references. Rat anus, Yox farts, what the fuck? It's not too late to start trying, Hakon. Hakon let slip a low chuckle. Any Varl could recount his deeds, known as he is for cutting a swath through Dredge at Vognir's side in the Second War, and regularly since then. Down here I'm a glorified bodyguard. You might have a point. Just another reason to get back to Grofheim. Soon enough, I imagine. You drink until the meat house becomes overbearing, then step back into the cool air outside. I think that's all you can do. Yep. Great Hall. At dawn, you're awoken by a delivery of goods. At least you think it's dawn. Damn hard to tell with the sun that never moves. The governor's crest adorns the supply letters. All there, just as promised to your mild surprise. You wonder if Eirik had anything to do with that. Your guards take the treasure wagon down to the gates. Vognir is already here. And a while later, Ludin is met up here, groggy and disheveled. Mugger steps forward, Vognir's quartermaster, if you recall correctly, in charge of his unwieldy entourage of warriors. You know him only in passing. He asks if you're ready to depart. You follow Mugger and join the others. Usually the smaller doors set in the gates will be enough to enter or leave the city, but the town guards have been told to push them open entirely. They mutter things under their breath that are best not heard. Perhaps the governor expected to draw a crowd, but there's nothing of the sort. Just frustrated, tired people. It summarizes Strand well as a whole, you think. No, I'm not tired. I got plenty of sleep. Shh. Shh. Up at the top, you'll see our like status stuff. We have 35 renown, 66 days worth of supplies, 85 fighters, and 366 Varl. Now this is kind of like a war simulator game where you can choose to fight with a small squad or just send everybody, all the enemies. I think in my first playthrough I charged straight ahead with just my small squad for the entire game because I didn't want anyone to die. And that pretty much stopped me like halfway through the game because I ran out of food. So I'm gonna have to strike a balance between the two from this point forward. The caravan stops for the day. A gift, says Mulger, cracking open mead casks. From our gracious friend the Governor of Strand. Hours pass with raucous laughter as the mead is passed throughout the camp. Let's toast to Wagner. You raise your drink, toasting the alliance between man and Varl. The others join in. Luden's expression is like a stone wall, but the others laugh at your exaggerations. Eventually, you sit down beside Wagner. Let's chat. Thanks for the speech, slurs Wagner. Looks like you didn't have to miss out after all. Thanks to Mogir, I thought the damned governor would never shut up. Did he give you the history of his entire family? He tried, then he asked me to clean up his mess. For your benefit, it turns out. I'd have given the job to you too. Gods, there's no joy in politics. Speaking of, what happens after this business with Luden? Hopefully the boy goes back to Aberrang on his own, and I can take out some frustration on Dredge or something. Starting to sound like Hakon. You don't like the life of a diplomat? Don't you miss the fight, Erwin? You down your meat instead of replying. Wagner slouches and shakes his head. There's no great joy in killing Dredge, but this... Pretty sure this nonsense is some scheme between the two kings to force some kind of lineage. Used to be, warriors would follow you for what you've done. Isn't that why they follow you now? Is it, or is it because I'm the next in line? These lines are getting muddy, old Varl. They've always been muddy, Wagner. Wagner stands in the campfire, lost in thought. You leave him to it. Also, I keep yawning because I don't usually talk this much. You rise groggily, the campsite a casualty of merriment. Wagner is already kicking warriors awake when you spot Luden stalking in your direction. He sidesteps sleeping bodies. Better wake up, you nudge Wagner. You're needed. Oh boy, here we go. Ah, it's Luden. Always a pleasure. You look well rested. Wagner releases a caged yawn and receives a hard-eyed stare in return. How long to Grofheim? Ha! We're only 2 days out of Strand, you know. Come, I'll show you what I mean. This of the world you can explore by panning with R and zooming with LT and RT. Now, we're trying to get... there's Aberrang, and we're trying to get all the way over to here. And we're here. It's going to be a long trek. Trust me. It's going to be very long. The location of your caravan is indicated here by Ubin's icon. Yep. The world map is covered with many locations and holds much lore. You can explore the map at any time, selecting locations with LB, RB, or L, and press A for more information. We can learn more about the world later. Yep, cardinal direction. Early did mankind begin sailing up and down the coasts, but also out into the vast, searching for new continents. Of the many secrets the early sailors learned was the sunstone, which helped them to deduce the direction they were sailing, even with the sun shrouded within the clouds. The waters to the west were named not for their reach, but for their depth. Longships lost even somewhat close to shore are best considered gone to the depths forever. We head north, then east, past the forts. Grofheim's far from Strand. Going to be a long march. You should have drank last night, Luden. Why not take the ships to Screamerstead? What's the point of marching? The Silverstone Bay is called that for a reason. It's covered in ice all year. It would tear up the longships. Too bad, though. We could have shown you all the wonders of Skirmstad. A half-sunken city crawling with dredge, Prince. Dredge and glaciers. You like glaciers? Ludin exhales through the nose, a poor disguise for his contempt. He turns and bats aside the tent flaps as he goes, barking at his company in the distance. Don't poke the anthill, Vognir. He seems no happier to be here than you. Spend a few more days with the boy, old friend. He'll be looking for a tall cliff to hop off to. Ludin's got a shorter wick than Hakan. Thanks, Vognir. Let's get moving. Another half day to Verderfell if we're lucky. Camp is where you manage your caravan. During travel, you can enter camp at any time, but tap the camp button on the travel HUD. While at camp or in towns, you can upgrade your allies or equip items in the hero's tent. You can pass time by using the rest tent. Resting will improve the caravan's morale. A high morale will reduce casualties in war and affect your willpower in combat. Each passing day will use supplies, so only rest when necessary. The training tent will allow you to safely try out any characters in a mock battle. Tap leave at the bottom of the campsite when you're ready to get back to the road. Now, resting is it can kill you if you do it too much. Try and keep it at good or normal morale. Ah, yeah, there we go. Gunnulf, Ludin, Hakon, and Mogir. Move over the vault. Where did you go, Hakon? Why are you there? There we go. Yep. Use that and A to learn about the unit's abilities. This is Tempest. The character uses his massive weight to sweep his weapon around himself, hitting multiple adjacent targets, friend or foe, for normal strength damage. Tempest triggers the character's passive ability. Heavy Impact, which in turn can cause a chain reaction of destruction if used in close quarters. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. We're not gonna upgrade anybody right now. Just yet. Actually... we should save our renown for now, to be honest with you. Because we can use it to buy things. Yeah, you have to use renown to buy things too. I'm not resting. Can we leave? Can we leave, or are you going to force me to rest? You're going to force me to rest, aren't you? No, okay, leave. Awesome. You don't need to rest right now. Everyone's fine, and morale is good.
Verderfell. Even the name means bad weather, where frozen wind sweeps in from the bay. They tend livestock, but most are just men driven from Strand with nowhere else to go. Why else would anyone stay? We won't stop long.
I really do like this game a lot. It's so good. By harbor, there's a lot of Varl servicing cattle. What? A couple days back, sent word stranded at the cattle. Didn't expect an army. It's pleased with himself, until it sinks in that you aren't here unless we have. Where have your cattle gone? Wouldn't know. My boy's seen men up the hills carrying them away. Don't know many men who can hoist a whole cow by himself. Scalpings out here, maybe? Could they have Varl working for them? Not from what the governor told me. I'm going to take a look around and get camp set up. The peasant spits, his eyes anxiously darting about as the caravan sets up tents. We'll be here no more than a day. There's silver for any food you got. For hundreds of Varl? Are you serious? Whatever you're willing to sell. You thinking of squatting? Not enough men for a couple hunters here. We'll get hundreds of... Shut up! Hear that? Where's Lut? It's faint. Sounds like fighting and something else. Hakon takes off. If you'll notice, right over here, that's Volgnir. And these lovely things are called, get out of there, yes, I know. These are Dredge. They are horrible, horrible creatures that can maim your entire party if given the chance. Beep. Deflected attacks do no damage. From here on out, you'll fail catastrophically if you don't break armor. Damaging both strength and armor is equally important. This is gonna hurt. Ow. And there goes Lydon. Alright. Bam! We gotta take down the big guy first. Otherwise it's going to be very bad. Ow. No, can't taunt anyone. Alright. Oh dear. Please don't die. Bam. Oof. Jumpers. Ow. Well, there goes one of my men. Ow. No shit. No. Ow. Ow. You're dead. Alright. This is terrible. This is not going well. Ow. Bam. Alright. There we go. Now he's going to do a lot less damage. And now we can kill him. If you had hit the right opponent. That was my fault. Right, big guy's dead. This is actually really terrible. I lost one of my guys so early on. I don't even remember if I chose the difficulty level. Oh, that's a 70% chance to do it. It's not. There we go. Bam. The Foes lying dead at your feet will regret ever crossing your path. God damn it! Game, come on. You trying to get yourself killed, Lydon? What are you doing? I was trying to get a shot in between the plates. You've never seen a dredge before, boy? What kind of idiot? Break their armor first. Where did they come from? We didn't even see them. They were just there. Hakon goes to where Wagner lies face down. The future Volking lies motionless, aside from her spreading pool of blood. Well, Wagner's dead. And now, we meet the other party members. The Hunters. Yep. Where did the thing come from? Stay close. I think it saw us. Trust me, if it had seen you, you would be dead. And of course they go out and fight. Instead of Alette and Rook. Rook, you go out front. End your turn. Ooh, you got close, huh? Bam. Ooh, this is gonna hurt. No, that doesn't help me right now. Let's break this health down. Make him do less damage. Oh no! Annette! Ow. You need to run. Blast his armor. Stop hitting my ranger! I'll fucking kill you. I'm not even gonna bother trying to read that. Was that a dredge? Alette looks calm, but you can tell her heart is about to beat right out of her chest. It was. Let me see. Are you hurt? No, I'll be fine. When the dredge attacked your cart and the yaks bolted, it spilled most of your supplies. You see more dark figures moving through the trees when you glance in that direction. All that food. That's the last we're going to get before winter. What do we do? Don't run. Let me think. Okay. Here are some... Here's some of the choices that can change the game a bit. Because it gives you 2 to 3 separate options you can do. And it will drastically change the story most of the time. I don't think this one does much except give you more food. But let's see if we can take some more of them on. Do you think you can handle more of them? No, Dad, I mean, we're lucky to be alive. I know, it's okay. Let's get back to Skull here. Damn it! I should have done the second option. I would have gotten food, I think. Darn. Oh well. Supplies represent food and other goods used to keep everyone alive on the road. When supplies are gone, people will start to die of starvation. Yeah, that's not fun. The more people are in the caravan, the faster supplies diminish. You can see how many days of supplies you have left on the travel display at the top of the screen. Most towns will have supplies to sell, as well as a few items. I really should have gotten and done that. Try and grab some more before they leave. Would have given me at least a couple extra days, I think. Oh well. I'm going to tell you all right now, I'm making food a priority. And if anything happens, no matter what goes on, if I can scrounge food or if I have to fight enemies to get more food, I will do so. Even if it kills one or two of my people. Because food is going to keep you alive.
I never expected to see the dredge with my own eyes. What happened in the north? Already we see more between the trees as we approach our home, and Alette grips my hand tight. We must find Ivor.
I kind of wish I could go back and reload it, but oh well, too late now. Game of Thrones has taken over every aspect of the world. Ivor! The enormous Vol in question towers over the men in the training field. He squints as you approach. Already back, Huntsmaster? I thought you'd be tomorrow. Dredge! Everywhere! Dredge! How did they get through Greyhorn? Must have broken through the fort. The fighters nearby have stopped sparring. They gather around you. Damn it! They'll be here soon if they're not already. You hear screams. From the outskirts, people are running towards the Great Hall. Ivor turns to one of the older boys in this group of fighters. Eagle, take a lead to the Great Hall. Tell the chieftain what's happening. The rest of you, gather up as many people as you can. Come on, lad. No, wait. I want to help. Again, choices that can really affect the game. Let them fight. Why not invite some goats to join us too? You're asking for dead kids. I won't let anything happen to her. They'll have to deal with it sooner or later, Ivor. What now? Eagle, keep your shield up. We just hold them off until everyone's inside, then we figure out what to do next. More shouts. Draw your attention to some houses atop a nearby hill. Yep. I believe... Oh no, it quick saves. Quick save everything. Oh, I'm on normal. Okay, I thought it was on like easy or something. I want to turn it up. Alright. Let's do this. Sure enough, dredge are gathering in number. You hear misplaced laughter nearby. Past a pile of corpses, a man is single-handedly holding back 4 dredge with a battered spear. Behind you, Trigvi! Shouts Ivor, who shoots you a dour look. If Trigvi is known for being a madman, at least he's the sort who can hold a spear in the right direction. He smiles a mile wide when he realizes you're going to have to fight your way out of this. This guy's a fucking crazy bastard, but I love him. So I think he's one of my favorite characters. Because he's just so fucking crazy, he's unpredictable. Units move in the order you place them, from left to right. This initiative order is very important when setting up strategies. Yeah. There we go. I think that'll do. Jewelry necklace. Okay. Let's do this. Ready for battle. This is going to be tough. I'll say that pretty much every fight, because every fight I lose at least one person. Thankfully, if they're downed, they're just downed. They'll need to rest for a day, but other than that, it's all good. Alette. I want you in the back. Rook, buddy. I want you here with Trigby. You will go here. Trigby can go there, actually. Get them all drawn out. Oh, can I already attack? Nice. Fuck him up. Oof. The big one's gonna be a nasty, nasty one to deal with. Bam. We're just gonna kill the little ones as much as possible. Whatever. Uh-oh. Ow. And Impale is one of my favorite abilities. Why? Because it makes them bleed. Do it. Damn. Ivor, buddy. I'm gonna start taking down this one. Break multiple tiles, doing armor break damage. Yes. I want him away from me. Ow! Beep. Ow. Dead. Oh, crit. Nice. Stop hitting Ivor. I didn't want to hit Ivor. That's why I didn't, Bam. Oof. Ivor, buddy, we're having some real trouble here. My shield guys can take care of the big one. Yeah, the animations in this are great. I love them. I can do 6. Damn. Ow. Back. Get him. Yeah, I knocked down Ivor, but it's okay. Combat can be unforgiving. Don't hesitate to change the difficulty of battle if it leaves you frustrated or you find yourself needing a tougher challenge. I'm not going to do that unless I absolutely have to. Oh man. You take stock of your handiwork. Think I'll stick with you, lads, unless you've got other ideas. Ivor grunts something non-committal. A black horde is forming at the tree line. Enough of this. We're going back. Rook, I'm doing one more check of the houses around here. See if you can find anyone. As you turn to head back, a colossus appears around the side of a house. It silently looms over a ledge, its face an expressionless stony mask, more terrifying than any roar it may have produced. Time seems to slow as it pulls back its enormous mace. Now, I believe that someone can die if I don't choose the right one. I think I should shoot it with an arrow. As though second nature, you knock an arrow. Let it stand directly between you and the dredge, making the shot perilous at best, if you're off by a few inches. Stop thinking, shoot the dredge. You let go. A second passes like an attempt. The arrow bounces off the dredge's face, inches away from what you think is an eye. It recoils and turns around to let again. Eagle rushes to her side. Ivor throws himself between them, catching the mace on his shield, and returns the favor, crushing the dredge's head with his shield point. When the dust settles, you can see that everyone is alright. Yay, I made the good choice! Let's get out of here, says Ivor as he goes to check the last few houses nearby. Rook, see if you can find any more survivors, and meet me in front of the hall. Now, if I had done that differently, I believe Egil could have died. I believe that is what sucked for me about my first playthrough, is I didn't realize he would actually die. You find anyone? A few scouts. Send them inside. Gods, this is bad. I'm out of practice, Rook. Look, as long as I've known you, you've always wormed your way out of talking about Dredge. This would be the time to start talking. I can tell you why they rarely stop for rest. The sooner we leave, the better. They'll follow us until we're tripping over tired women and children. Then they'll attack. Even after we're wiped out, they'll keep coming, trampling corpses in their wake. There's no end to them. How did anyone survive the Great Wars? Ask the Menders. I wasn't there. But I know you fought your fair share. Yeah, I've killed enough slag for one lifetime. That's why you're going to save us now. Don't lay that on me. Come on, let's get inside. I'm just gonna let that comment slide out. Now, I can buy a fuck ton of food for renown. And that would literally get me through the rest of the time. This ring is once worn by one of the great kings of men to symbolize the unification of his strength resist, one will, dodge, 16, I've, that's bad. These are actually really good, and I want them both, but, ooh. Food is more important right now. 41 days worth. This should be fun. And I'll get the. There we go. Heroes. Injuries. One or more of your units is injured. Injured units can still fight but have a penalty to max strength equal to the number of days wounded. They heal as time passes when resting in camp. Yep. Your items are shown at the bottom of the roster. Press Y to equip them. Items can only be equipped by characters of equal rank. Promote your units to equip higher rank items. 3 days. Oh my god. Who can be promoted? You can be promoted. Alright. Yep. Like I said, food is a priority. have 41 days of food. That should last me for a bit. Great Hall. Now, if I do die, like, or don't make it through this playthrough, I'll just restart and do it over again. It's no big deal. Rook, thank the gods you made it. Great Hall is an utter din, filled as it is with dozens of terrified families. Don't stop worrying yet. I haven't. What in the death is going on? Dredge milling around? Ransacking houses? Chieftain's wife finds you pushing through the crowd. They must know we're here. Why haven't they attacked? Don't know. I wouldn't expect it to last. I've made some decisions, but tell me straight. What would you both do in my place? I'd have left by now. They're already outside the doors. Not so easily done. Rook? Honestly, I think we could fight and win. If the villagers join us in. And Hound, I don't need 42 days worth of food. I needed that amulet more because our guy Ivor is injured. The chieftain sighs a deep, heavy breath, slumping. He looks years older. I imagine us fighting back and saving the town, but nonsense. Ivor's right, of course. We can't just wait to be slaughtered. Where do we go? Dredge are coming down from the north. Frostfeller, to the west. It's close and has walls. I intend to be free of Skogger in one push, nobody left behind. I wouldn't. If they follow us, we're done. What do you suggest? Let me create a distraction, then go. I'll catch up on the road to Frostfeller. Do we abandon the storehouse? If we have to, we'll be leaving behind everything but the supplies you brought. On the other hand, Frostfeller's at least a week away. I'm not sure we've got that much food. It'll be cutting it close. If we're settled with heavy carts, it'll be almost impossible to outpace the dredge. If we run out of food before we get to Frostfeller, it won't matter how many escape. I still say let me handle the dredge. We can't afford to leave the food behind. It's going to get us killed, Rook. Die fighting dredge or starve on the road. I'd rather fight. I agree with Rook. Then I'm coming with you. That catches you by surprise. The chieftain rubs his chin but doesn't argue. The training she's given Alette, you've no doubt she can handle a bow. Fine, I'll get the townspeople ready. Take some of the fighters and gather as much food as you can. Tell us when you're ready. And I'm going to take all the food in the world then. You step into the courtyard, where you can already see dredge in every direction. The storehouse isn't far. You slip inside and start loading carts while Ivor and the half-dozen men who came along do the same. When you've gathered as much as you dare, Ivor takes up position outside the Great Hall. Dredge have already taken notes watching closely. Come on, he mutters, and people begin filing out of the hall. Almost immediately, things begin to go wrong. Some dredge go after the yaks tied to supplies, while others lunge the cart with chains. Terrified men pull axes, and the dredge responding behind. Not far away, you spot Ivor raising his shield, cursing. Be prepared for a fight. Oh, Ivor, this is going to hurt you a lot. How badly is your thing? Oof. 3. It's only a 3-1. When Skogger was still young, Ivor wandered into the town's center, starting the settlers from one wall who had barely seen a Varl before. He's never said why he left Varl lands to help men build a small town, but each chieftain in Skogger's family line is happy to have him. He's known Rook since the man was young, and the two formed a lasting kinship. Now, this is kind of worrying me, and this is extremely worrying to me. Yeah, this is bad. This is gonna get real rough. Oof. I think after this fight, we're gonna close it up. This game is actually very, I'm very, shaky and tense right now, because I'm not sure, if I'm actually going to make it through the game. So. I should have moved people around. Too late now. Hey, Rook. How would you take down this guy? Bam. Ivor? Tracy, no! Ow. Eggle, I don't know if you'll be okay, but... Oh, they didn't even grab you. Ow. Hey, guess what? Can't even get it. Alright. Please, God. Bang. Kill him. Alright, now we only have to worry about pillage mode. Bam. Break some of his armor down, make it easier. Hold on. Okay. Wait, did Treevee just get knocked down? How'd that happen? Oh, that makes me sad. That means I got multiple that are going to. Oh dear. Break more. Ow. Break all the armor. And the let can kill him. Hey, Rook ready for promotion. And Treevee's interested. In the chaos that follows, you notice at the corner of your eye some of the town guards struggling desperately with the dredge, but what might be the chieftain amongst them. To your left, Ivor is laying into a large colossus. Behind him, an elderly man screaming to his feet. Past that, it's clear that most of the townspeople are scattered. Nobody steps in, they can be picked off one by one. Nearby, a ox bleats pitifully as Dredge wrestle with the wagon tied to it. Another full cart has been toppled beside it, abandoned. You could end up losing more food supplies than you started out with. We're retaking those supply carts. Without food, it doesn't matter how many people escape. Ivor! You shout, bearing your axe in the nearest dredge. With a grunt, he joins you in fending off the dredge around the supplies. Oh my god, how badly are you fucked? Oh, shit. Oh, this is... I've chosen, like, the worst gung-ho approach in the world, I think. This could be bad. This could be very bad. At least there's only two. Unfortunately, one of them is a berserker. I want you there. You there. You there. You there. Let your rook. Artlave, I'll stick you over here. Let's go. I don't think he'll go very far at all. And I was going to hit. Yep. Ow. Break some armor. Gregory! God damn it. This is not going well. I might lose this fight. Oh my god. Bam. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Time for you to die. Oh god damn it. Please die. Oh god. All of my people are getting fucked. See what I mean about this game being unforgiving? Dead. Trigby was injured again. Great. Fighters notice your victory and scramble to help throw supplies back on the wagons. You gather what you can and get the outfit. Soon you put distance between you and the dredge. Survivors gather as you flee, fewer than you had hoped. You see Oddleif as she emerges from a row of trees, struggling to bear the body of the chieftain in her arms. Her face is blank. Helping her to the caravan, you cover the body with a cloth. The chieftain's death hits you like a punch to the gut. Only Iris' insistence does the caravan get moving again to Frostwood. Let's hand fast tightly around your own, and you walk together in silence. 17 days worth of food. That's fine. Pausing to catch your breath, you glance backward to see the caravan stretched out past the point of safety. They've spaced out so far you're unable to see those bringing up the rear. You've got to pull them together, Saga. It'd be dangerous to stop until at least the Godstone. The path should be just ahead. You make your way to the rear and hoist a small child onto your shoulders. Fight for every step. Remember those who didn't make it and push onwards. The clan sincere effort and follow suit, pushing themselves harder. And there goes my mark. Great. I actually forget how to make camp in there. Far enough for today, I think. After a day of misery, men and women dropped their meager possessions beneath the Godstone and Ralvir. What are we doing? We just left our homes because suddenly there were dredge. Probably shouldn't be looking to me for advice. Look at these people. Somebody has to hold them together. That's you, Rook. How am I supposed to do that? Lie? Tell them everything's going to be alright? Gods, Rook, I don't know. Pretend you know what you're doing. That's what the rest of us do. Thanks for the advice. Then do whatever you want. Let them fend for themselves if you can live with it. You humans are absurd, Rook. Furious when you're not in control, terrified when you are. Pull it together. I'm worried about Alette mostly. Keep her close. You do care, I can tell. Men are a plague on the world, worse than any dredge as far as I can tell. Shots like this are why we get along so well, Ivor. You sleep poorly, the sun forever stuck to an eternally bright sky. Before the others rise, you find yourself staring over long, low hills covered in pine. The Godstone looms overhead. The massive eyes of Hrolvir look in the same direction as you. The weathered stone doesn't see many visitors, not much reason to travel so far east. When hunters come through, they sometimes stop to give offerings, out of habit more than anything else now that the gods have dead. Hrolvir was the god of hunters and of wild beasts, occasionally seen roaming the land as both man and wolf. He was always depicted in effigy with his terrible spear. You wonder what he'd think about his woods being full of dredge now. A young girl from the caravan approaches you. I made this for you, she says, holding you a crude necklace carved from a branch she must have found nearby. Thank you for saving my mama, she says, before running back to her tent. Back at your tent, you rouse Alette, who clings to your arm until she's completely awake. Bad dreams. Eventually the camp is broken down, and it's time to move on to Frostfell. It feels like an end more than a start. The caravan halts when a group of men appear on the trail, weapons at their feet. We've seen the dredge in your wake. We don't wish to meet them alone. If you'll let us join you, we'll show you a watering hole with enough animals to fill the supply wagons. An inherent fear of strangers rises mutters from the caravan. Sure, come along. I'm sure you're good folk. If you'll be no trouble, come along, you say. The men cautiously join your ranks and prove trustworthy. The hidden watering hole nearby is teeming with animals, and soon your supplies are restocked. Yay! And we're going to camp. So we can try and level up a bit. Trigby! What's up, buddy? Trigby, guess I better thank you for helping us out back there. Trigby turned his head, eyes widen as though something was stalking him. Nice beard, Wook, but that's not why I'm here. Oh, okay, why are you here? Fat clansmen. What? They eat, don't know how to kill a thing, Rook. He rolls the R and gratuitously while holding out his spear for you to inspect. Look at this thing. They grow on trees. You could make this from a tree. My advice? Show them how to stick some pigs, or stick a rabbit, a bird. You can stick almost anything, Rook. You think carefully about how to respond to that. Any more helpful advice? Glad you finally asked. Don't trust a man just because they have faces and use their mouths. A man will look at you right through his helmet and lie. Should I trust you, Trigby? Come on, Rook. Am I wearing a helmet? And that's why Trigby is my favorite. He's awesome. Have you always been this way, Trigby? Have I always been Trigby? Dumb question, Rook. Look, I hear what they say behind my back. Trigby's handsome. Trigby's brave. But you're the right man for this job. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. You think carefully. I've gotta go, Trigby. I get it. We all got things to do. Me, I was about to go swimming. At least you're keeping clean. Nobody comes looking for you in a pool of water, you know. Don't waste too much time there, okay? We'll come get you before we leave. I'll see you around. Only if you keep your eyes open, Rook. You can't help but hope there was nothing sinister about that last comment. Fucking love Trigby. Eggle. How's the arm, Eggle? You can find Eggle just outside the camp practicing his sword swings. I saw you taking some hard hits out there. Oh, yeah, I'm great. Not great considering everything that's happened, but I'm fine. My arm's fine. It's a strong shield. It's Rook, right? I know we haven't talked much before now, but if you want, just call me Gil. Okay, Gil. I wanted to let you know that I meant what I said before. I meant making sure nothing happens to Alette. You're protective of Alette, huh? Well, I don't want to get hurt. You can see his cheeks turn bright red. Don't worry, she can take care of herself too. I know, I didn't mean easy, Gil. I know what you meant. I've never seen a shield like that before. Yeah, I doubt there's many. My father made this. It's solid metal, really heavy. But I've been practicing with it since I was a kid. I used to spend a lot of time just getting used to lifting it. He raises it up to show you. I'm pretty good with it now. It's the only thing of my father's I have left. Then when my mother died, she gave it to me. Before she died. Ivor seems to think you're pretty good. Did he say that? That's good. I'm trying. Never had to fight anything like treasure before, but I don't know much else to do. And how many people get to train with Varl? Just seems like I could be a help to someone. That's what I want to be. Bye-bye to camp. Stay strong. I will. Oh, and if you need something, let me know. I can do anything you need. Between you and Ivor, we're going to be okay. I can tell. Alright. Let's go to the hero's tent. See about leveling some of our people. And then we're going to rest for a couple days, because if we don't rest, we're going to have a lot of injured people. Okay, so Rook and Alette can level. Of course, our fucking rangers can level. Yes. Yes. Points available. Amount of willpower you can use. Amount of direct damage you can naturally do to an enemy's armor. Strength, damage, armor. Let's go ahead and max that out. Max out exertion, that way we can use it more. Use more willpower. Some critical strikes. Increase. Increase. Okay. Max that out, and then do that, and we'll get some strength going in as well. There we go. Alette is now our most powerful person. Oh dear. Ivor. Kruben, well, I can only give you this. Oh, no, not even that. I can't give you anything, Ivor. I can give Rook stuff. I'll give him that. I can't give anyone else anything. That's a shame. Okay, so let's rest. 2, 3. Nobody's injured anymore. Yay! Okay. Let's go. Let's continue on the road. I know I said I was going to stop earlier, but you know. During rest, one of the men get too drunk and end up splashing mead in a warrior's face. Uh-oh. A brawl erupts. Many throw fists and a broken bone later. The instigator, Raffensvarter, is tossed to the ground at your feet, angry clansmen looking for satisfaction. His personal offense is little more than drooling mumbles. I don't want to be mean. Like, I don't want anyone to, public apology. You force him to look at the crowd. Apologize for this mess, you demand. The man babbles into excuse. Sorry, he yells repeatedly. Folks shake their heads, but leave the man alone. Hey, there we go. A little morale declined, but, you know, still good. We're still alright. The 15 days of food. Caravan is visually relieved to find a small village on the way to Frostfeller with beds and fresh supplies. The locals here are shocked by the news you bring and discuss it amongst themselves while you set up nearby. Oh, sweet. Okay, cool. So maybe we can buy more food. Food? Where's the market? Food! Ooh. Ooh, hold on. Plus 3 willpower per kill? But it's rank 4. Oof. Ooh. Actually, I think I have enough. No, I don't have enough today. All of it. 2 willpower per kill. There. Now once I get someone to... Well, we already rested. So, let's go. You're only just outside the village when 2 men in red approach. My name is Hogan, says one, gestures that my brother is Mogan. Many from the village wish to join you to Frostfeller. A third man, exuding rage, charges up to the group. Shut your mouth, Hogan, he screams. Uh-oh, here we go again. What's going on? These bastards don't speak for us. They've been trying to divide the village since you got here. True, you can keep whoever wants to stay and die. The rest of us will go with the reasonable people of Scholar. I'll have you both gutted before I let half the village desert. Behind the angry villager, a mob of armed thugs have appeared, all furrowed brows and nervous faces. Well, why the fuck are you trying to stop them? If they want to leave, let them leave. What the fuck? You both know what happened to the rest of us. The fields are abandoned. Nobody leaves. There won't be anything to tend once the dredge. Well, yeah, that's true. Dredge my ass. I don't know what the scam is this time, Hogan, but you've got 2 choices. Get back to work, or I'm finally putting you in the ground. Mogan, what do you say? Thought it was unfair that he only asked me. Mogan draws his axe slowly, followed by Hogan. Despite their confidence, the brothers are significantly outnumbered. I think I make a poor farmer. I mean, all they want to do is leave. And if these people stay, they're dead anyways. Fuck them. Ivor steps forward. The thugs hesitate. As you pull your axe, you notice that Alette is nowhere to be seen. What happened to Alette? Where's Alette? Ready for battle. Let's go. Might have been stupid to switch out my ranger, but who cares? Ooh, rangers everywhere. Alright. Rook. Ever. Eagle. Stick you in the center because I don't want you here. Alright. Oh, well, I can just flat out kill you. Okay, bye. Deflection. Ow. Oh, you can't do that. Okay. Bam. Go Trigger. Ow. Ow. Rook, I'll let you take care of that one. I'm going over here to help them. Please don't hit Tree. Dead. Tree, stop getting hurt. Don't tell me Trigger just went down. God, you son of a bitch. I'm gonna kill you. So hard for that. Trigger is injured. You know what? Ow. Stop hitting my people. You are an ass. And I'm going to make you hurt. There you go. Take care of it. Next time, let them leave their homes. And hey, Triggery wasn't injured. Awesome. The brothers thank you with wide grins. Soon, many of the villagers have joined your caravan. You scan around anxiously for Alette, who had gone missing when the fighting began. Eventually, you find her watching you from afar. Hogan returns at that moment, introducing you to his son and wife, and you soon set out again. Let's rest. Morale declined, but we still have great morale, so no big deal. 14 days for their food, 22 renown. That's not bad. Let's go promote Ivor. That is a damn shame. I need you to be my burly man. My burly soldier. Can you equip anything yet? You're only rank 2. God damn. Hey, Alette's back. Yay, Alette. Well, since Treevy is injured for a couple days. I'm probably gonna keep... No! No! Back. Put you back there. You don't want to overload this, but... There. Oh, that's a good build for now. We'll rest 2 days. Only to get Trigby back up to full health. 1, 2. We have 12 days of supplies now. See what I mean about supplies being very crucial? Alette marches quietly alongside the caravan, a little distance leaving the village. When you stop for a moment, for a rest, Oddleif approaches you both. Uh-oh. Hello everyone who's joined. Alette, I have something for you. Oddleif has gathered up the long banner from the caravan and smiles warmly as she passes it to Alette. What's this about? I was hoping you'd sew up the banner with everything that has happened since we left Skager. Come find me another time, Rook, and we'll talk. Before you can come, he departs. Dad, are you the chieftain now? Yes, guess I'll have to find out later. Oh, then that means you're both quiet for a moment while Alette unfurls the banner. Oddleif has been teaching me how to sew. She speaks pretty highly of you. Can we read the part about Mom? You nod. On the banner has been sewn the story of the families who have lived in Skager throughout the years, just as is done on every banner in every town. I wish she were here, but I'm kind of glad she isn't. The section of banner about your family is short, but Alette has been sewing in colorful designs. Why do you say that? So she doesn't have to deal with all of this. Dredge, leaving home, and... Why did you have to kill those men in the village? I mean, if it's okay to ask. Yeah. But how do you know which ones are bad? Because the Dredge are terrifying. Every time you have to fight them, I just want to run, but I don't want to kill a person. Please. Are you mad at me? I'm glad you don't want to. Alette smiles at this, then her face sinks again. I guess I would do it if I really had to, but do we have to? I know what you mean. Yeah, I know, Dad. I think you're doing a good job. She hugs you. You spend the rest of your time together sewing new verses into the banner. For better or worse, the story of Skager is your burden now. Alright. I think next transition from leader to leader, I'm gonna stop streaming because it's getting late. And I would like dinner. How are you doing, Odd? I'm alright. Not at first. Sometimes when a loved one dies, people say it doesn't sink in for a while. It sunk in for me right away. People tell me I'm a strong woman. It's funny. My father named me Oddleif before I was even born. He wanted a boy so badly. Strong woman. What does that even mean? People look up to you. Don't take this the wrong way, but I don't want to be known for handling my feelings. If I feel nothing about my husband dying, people think I'm strong. If I cry because my insides feel like they're on fire, I'm weak. Why does that feel so backwards? I'm sorry, Rook. It's been hard. You're not sure what to say. In the many years you've known the chieftain's wife, this is probably the most you've ever talked. You asked me to come find you? Yes, it's about the banner. I thought about it a long time. He asked me to give it to you, you know, if something happened. Why me? He always depended on you, Rook. It should be mine. I could carry it. But I thought about why he named you. I get it. They won't follow, woman. Families would leave. Our banner would be divided. I think they'd follow you. Come on, Rook. This isn't the time for pretend. It's not just about our small town. What happens the first time we need something from another clan? How will that go? And the first time someone thinks they can take advantage of us? I think this is what has to happen. Maybe this is what it means. She looks sideways, eventually giving over a timid smile. I'm not sure if that's the dumbest thing I've heard or the sweetest. Listen, I know I dragged this out. The truth is, my husband and I could never have a child. I don't want our banner to end here. It'll be safe with you and Alette. I know you're going to take care of her. She puts her hand on your shoulder as she heads back to camp. Hey, more renown, yay. What's the laughter for, Hound? Oh, God. How far away are we? We've only just started these. It's gonna get worse before it gets better. Oh, it's gonna get so much worse before it gets better. So here we are, and we're heading... Frostfeller. Where's Frostfeller? There's Vetterfell. Grofheim. I don't know where. I don't know where Frostfeller is. Maybe I'm just stupid. Oh, Frostfeller, right here. We're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days away. We should be fine. Yeah, next transition, I'm definitely stopping. I hope you guys can see why I like this game a lot. Like, this is so fun. At a small split in the trail, a few fighters stop to speak to you, each carrying a single pack. We recognize this place. One man says, spent several years here with some kin. If they're still around, we have to warn them of what's coming. With luck, we'll find you again in less than a week. Yeah, if you can save more people, I want you to have more supplies. That's all you take, you may never make it, you say. Grab a few items from a supply wagon, you strap the additional provisions to their backs. Search for family instead of food, you say with a smile. Then clasp wrists with you before departing. Yay, good guy! We got good guy points. Complaints of Raffensvarder's excessive drinking have resurfaced. Oh no, not again. This time the man stumbled over some tent ropes, pulling the snagged canvas through a campfire, nearly setting a supply wagon aflame? You almost burned all our food? The man's put out the fire on both the wagon and Raffensvarder's leg before leading him to you. This man drinks nothing but water from now on. Yes. No more drinking for you. You almost burned our supplies and you broke someone's arm. You're done. Raffensvarder gargly agrees, slurring his way through promises to quit being such a nuisance. Many of the onlookers snort or roll their eyes, but go back to their business. Somehow, you doubt it'll be long for Raffensvarder managed to find another drink, whether you'll allow it or not. Oh, if he does, I'm gonna fucking kill him. Dredge! Shouts a man from the back of the caravan. It's Raffensvarder, the unabashed drunk, staggering toward you looking not entirely sober. Oh, God. He screams again, pointing to the trees in the distance. Fear races through the caravan as fighters pull their weapons. Scouts return with no sightings, and furious men surround Raffensvarder. You know what? This is a stream. Hey, what do you guys want me to do? What do you think we should do against the third strike drunk? What do you guys want me to do? Because I'm not making this decision. We can banish him, we can let our clansmen beat the shit out of him, or we can ready ourselves to fight. Let's ready ourselves against Dredge just in case. If anything does happen, I want to be ready. There'll be time for that later, you tell the men. For now, we take no chances. A full day of uneasy rest passes with no sign of Dredge. The caravan is annoyed by the scare and the delay. Eventually, Raffin's father bursts into laughter, and you're sure there never were any Dredge. Not long after, Raffin's father goes missing. Nobody searches for him or seems to know. Oh, I'm going to hurt.
Once a strong, thriving city, the walls of Frostvellir now just keep the howling winds at bay. With luck, they'll hold out against Dredge as well.
Hey, we reached our destination. You jostle through fallow crowds of sunken faces to appear as though they've been freezing in front of Frostfeller for days. The gates are closed. You come to a stop at the bottom of the hill. This is not looking good. Why are there so many people in the fields? We can't stay outside in the open like this. How do they find you amongst the many refugees? Brooke, I just talked to some of the women here. Nobody is being let into the city. Why? It's being overrun with Varl from Blotsbecker, Greyhairn, from Beecher, all the nearby villages. The Dredge are everywhere. And the chieftain Frostvale has locked himself in his great hall. That's when they close the gates. When the Dredge come, these hills will turn red. We have to get in there. We're getting in the walls somehow. I can get that gate open. Let's see if there's another way before we start breaking down gates. I wasn't going to break it. Just push really hard. You spend a whole day at the rest houses. Everyone gives you the same story. The chieftain just shut himself in his great hall and closed the gates. There are a lot of wounded people here, we can help them. Eggle pulls you aside. I followed the outside of the city walls. There's a water passage we can squeeze through, I think. Not the whole caravan, but if a handful of us get in, we might open the gates from the inside. The rest house is overflowing with refugees, sick and wounded and noise. Let's tend to the wounded. Alette and Oddleif spend the day along with others in your caravans treating wounds, most of which came from the arch to the gates. I overheard from one woman that the city has been sending carts with food around. Could be a way in. Next time they send a cart, we bring it back in. Oddleif protests. Aside from leading to a fight, it would probably mean no more food for the refugees. We'll wait and confront them. Keep your sword down until we need it, you tell Ivor. We'll make a deal unless they're looking for a fight. Early the next day, you spot another cart leaving the gates of the city. After they've thrown their scraps to the refugees, you approach. Alright, let's see if our negotiating skills can handle this. Stop. My friend wanted to talk to you. It's not what I wanted. Think I can guess why. If we knew there were more fighters in Varl here, Ekkel might have brought you into the city. You can get us in the city? Not up to me. I'll take you through it. Why would this Ekkel let us in? Better let him explain. Fine, let's go. You follow him back up to the gates, where they open the doors for you. A man clad in black approaches as you step inside. Oh dear. Hi, Eckel. What in the depths is this? The man orders his guards to get the doors closed again before more refugees notice. You said you wanted fighters. You heard about the chieftain? We heard he's hiding out in the Great Hall. Oh really? I think you mean hiding out in a grave. He's eating worms, if that wasn't clear. What happened in here? As soon as they heard Dredge were coming, anyone who couldn't swing an axe got one to the head. That's the short story, anyway. There's 3 clans in here warring over turf and food, and the worst are the God-forsaken Varl. He eyes Ivor and shrugs with exaggeration as if simply stating the obvious. We're in more danger here than out there. Look, I was in charge here before things went to crap. You've got some people who can fight, you've got your own Varl. That counts for something. I can keep your flock safe in the Great Hall. You fight for me, and to take back Frostfeller. I don't take sides. Too hard to tell when the good guys have become the bad. Fine. Cut these sheep loose and wash your own asses. What do I care? All I want to do right now is get out of the damned streets. Think carefully about what you want. Now, this could be interesting. If we fend for ourselves, we might be able to take the entire town for ourselves, and let people in. If we join him, we can basically do, you know what? We don't need anyone's help. We'll do this ourselves. You can feel Eccles sizing you up on the spot, his hand hovering near his axe. He snorts through his nose, changing his mind. Good luck then. Hope we don't meet again fighting for the same scraps. With the gates closed, Eckel and his men disappear down the dark alleys. Hope we know what we're doing. Making it up as we go, Ivor. Little did they sleep. Alright. That's transition. Oh, man. I really hope you guys have had fun. I know I'm having a blast with this game. I love it to death. But yeah, this is great. Hakon, we're back. I was able to get about as many warriors from Strahd as you wanted, and more weapons, extra supplies too. You perk up, just now realizing Malgar has been talking to you. Since Falkner died, everyone has been looking to you to make the decisions. It's exhausting. Hakon? Sorry, just tired. Go on. I was saying the Varl we sent to the Strand have returned. The governor gave us most of what we wanted. Good enough. Much resistance from the governor? Some. I don't think he was happy about us buying his fighters using his own money. He also insisted that we take a lackey of his to watch over his property. Eirik, I met him. He seemed competent enough. Regardless, unless he wants Dredge crawling through his streets. We put down every slag that has wandered through here while you were gone. Enough flapping of mouths, then. You're sure that wound is healed, Ludden? I agree. Enough has already gone wrong. If something happens to the prince on a mission of peace, the alliance will rot, or worse. They're right, Ludden. Return to Strand. Go home. You know what? Ludden makes his own decisions. We would only be made to do this again later, and I will not suffer it all a second time. Either take us through the wandering road, or do your job and slaughter some Dredge. Ludden turns abruptly with a scowl. He stamps back to his ring of tents and followers. Wandering road's not an option with this many. I could crush that boy's skull with one hand. If Ludden won't be deterred, you'll have to deal with it. Don't let him get to you. Let's go. I'm sick of looking at this dump. There's Hakon. Tell them we cover the mountainside in Dredge bodies. Give the word and we'll set off. Alright. I think that's where I'm going to end it for the day. I really do hope you all enjoyed. And I will be doing this over the next couple of days until Christmas. Until we finish it, because this is a Christmas kind of Let's Play. Don't know why. I just feel like it can end like a happy story, and it just gives me feel-good feelings. So yeah, everybody take care, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.